YouTube's cultural landscape. Despite these significant views she pulls, the number of times she ends up on YouTube's trending. If I was to say YouTube, people would probably come up with a variety of answers. Lele Pons, Jenna Marbles, Lily Singh, etc, etc, etc. If you ask any standard creator about the women of Twitch, however, well, you'd probably hear an answer that encapsulates one of the more notorious genres. The word that some people like to use is thought, but here on The Right Opinion, we are respectful of women, and being a ladies' man has given me ample training for that. It's strange because there are a variety of female Twitch streamers, but ultimately the perception has been tainted by the existence of many things, including the commentator.
Oh, Twitch girls, the creme de la creme of online content.
One thing that transcends platforms is the existence of irritating commentators who have opinions on everything. Damn people with opinions. Who would dare have those? Now, I don't mean the commentators on Twitch necessarily. I mean, heaven forbid what would happen if that was the case. For the last couple of years, because of the market, people have gone after the brand of Twitch streamer that is at the center of attention today, and has definitely put them at the forefront of Twitch's image for better and for worse. Why though? Well, a lot of streamers like that have always existed on the platform, but the image really became synonymous with the rise of people like Zoe Berger, who not just became infamous for that behaviour, but also crossed the line over to the YouTube sphere, thus garnering the attention of many commentators at that time. Although Zoe Berger's fame was short-lived, the attention persisted, and eventually many female streamers became pretty popular amongst commentary circles on YouTube as well. Ultimately, this created a cycle, and the commentary that we witness today is a byproduct of that. However, people being popular is an interesting concept on its own, because as a popular creator, there is always a level of accountability to one's audience that a creator should feel. Nonetheless, the level of inherent accountability is often based off the appeal of the creator. I've spoken about this before, so I won't linger on it too much. Commentators and streamers have clashed on a few occasions. Probably the most notable one earlier this year was when Pokimane was called out by PewDiePie, and some other creators for some rather poor behaviour. She did actually respond to it and was quite involved in drama following the situation. However, one thing that she did attempt to do was engage with the other side, and not be combative. However, being pleasant is more of a liberty when your appeal is based off something not related to your direct demeanour, and that brings us to Alinity. Alinity, also known as Alinity Divine, is a 31-year-old creator residing in Canada, although she was initially born and raised in Colombia. She began streaming in 2012 and over the years has built a follower base of over 930,000. Not something to be jeered at. Her content consists of gaming streams and videos, discussion and some physical activities. This obviously makes some of the viewers very satisfied. On browsing her recent clips, I picked one named Six, which was a rather innocent video involving her dog. However, the thumbnail had been picked fairly carefully, and it was not a wonder that this was her second most viewed clip of recent. For a long time, Alinity was just another female streamer doing her thing, but in the last couple of years something changed. A run of incidents that left her at odds with many people, particularly the commentator, escalating most recently with many people calling for her removal from the platform due to the treatment of her cat. However, if this was the only instance, would people really be calling for her termination? Well, I think we should find out. Today I want to discuss exactly how Alinity came to fame, came to notoriety, and exactly what led people up to the point where many think that she has to be stopped. It's a long story, but I assume you're ready because you've got this far. Let's go. Alinity has been streaming for almost 7 years. Now, it is difficult to find any comprehensive history, however we can look at the growth of her channel, and one thing that struck me was that, providing the information I found was accurate, her growth came pretty instantaneously. She streamed every day for 4 to 8 hours, with the main goal to raise the monies to provide a stable income for her lifestyle, given her university training as a nurse. Her main focus at the time was World of Warcraft, and she seemed to have a decent base of supporters that were committed. By mid-2013, she had around 26,000 followers with around 3.5 million views. She was somewhat known in the community and was involved in some camaraderie. In this clip, she supposedly went on an e-date with another streamer, and you can feel the romantic chemistry radiating off the screen.
I forgot to give you these flowers when we first got here. I got it in the limo. That's where I just went right now, but would like you to have these flowers. Because they're pretty and...
I gotta
Hold on.
there, okay. Oh, you got me flowers.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
She also posted some pictures to Twitter, which received positive reactions from her audience. Generally, even in 2013, however, people had the impression that she wasn't exactly known for her personality. Many comments claiming that as people went, she was rather vapid. It kind of made me feel bad if I was accepting the idea that she didn't necessarily see herself that way, although I kind of have a hunch she did know what she was doing, especially when she puts her feet pics on the market.
If you guys are able to hear it, then keep it out of the
Taking pictures. No, shut up. Where are you? We can do that just 2 weeks.
However, on the 17th of August 2013, she announced that she was done streaming, and therefore that was the end of Alinity. Thank you for watching. I jest. I'm guessing this was something to do with someone called Badobo. In the situation, which I admit I found rather hard to follow, it seems that Alinity wasn't happy with some of the things that Badobo was saying about what she deemed to be her private life. And Badobo, on the other hand, wasn't happy with how Alinity has been behaving with certain individuals and not being honest about details of her relationships. This ultimately led to a Skype call in which some strong words were exchanged. Is this what 2013 streamers did? I don't know. But immediately what we can see here is some early evidence that Alinity isn't exactly afraid of confrontation. In fact, she's not exactly the coolest of cucumbers.
And you don't have any control over my life to start talking shit about me. What are these things I'm hiding? These horrible things I'm hiding. Tell me what they are, because I really want to know what it is that I'm hiding. Tell me what it is that I'm hiding. Yeah, talk. What it is that I'm hiding. First off, what it is that I'm hiding right now. Tell me.
Now there is clearly a lot of context missing to this call, and I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Alinity's outburst may come from a genuine place. But regardless of what happened, it's fair to say that many of us probably wouldn't have reacted like this just because someone was chatting their shit. Alinity definitely doesn't come across as someone who takes these things in the most relaxed demeanor. Also, I thought I'd show you this cheeky clip. Keep this in mind for later.
Okay. We know each other from a long time ago, and you know things about my past. Yes, I was married. Yes, I got divorced. Yes, I came to Canada on a sponsorship. And there's things about my life that I'd rather not discuss related with people.
Obviously, however, her content was more than World of Warcraft, and when researching, especially perusing Reddit comments, many people disputed her. Some branding her as a quote twerk for subs individual who would exploit their rather impressive physique for their viewers. Others, however, defended her, saying people were just looking for reasons to hate her because she was on that hustle. From what I've seen regarding Alinity, she didn't seem that bad. It seems there are many people who are worse. She also spoke openly about some of her mental health challenges, which is always content welcome on the platform. In a 2014 interview, she said she was inspired by people like Shakira, another Colombian who uses her body to express herself. It's an interesting discussion. If someone feels empowered by expressing themselves in that way, then who are we to tell them what they should be doing? Well, you see, the dispute isn't necessarily about what we think. In this instance, a lot of criticism has been directed towards Twitch, who are known for their pretty harsh guidelines. I spoke earlier about the differences and similarities between YouTube and Twitch, and one of them is definitely how the rules are enforced. I mentioned Zoe Berger, a person who was arguably the most sexual out of the female streamers. Well, when she was ejected, she went to YouTube to play her video games, and they let her remain on the platform, although they did seem to eventually suppress her influence. Twitch have always imposed quite a strict criteria. Yeah, this strict criteria has regularly been alleged to have been undermined by the behavior of creators like Alinity and other female individuals who don't necessarily make their body the sole attraction for viewers, but certainly have it as a strong marketing point. It's walking the line on Twitch's policy for suggestive content. The greatest issue is that Twitch don't want to unfairly sanction creators, so normally it'd be good to side on the benefit of the doubt. However, if they don't act due to the benefit of the doubt, it might make the creators harder to control if they become established in the community. In Twitch's instance, they're siding on the benefit of the doubt, creating a whole market for individuals who walk that line, and they could only intervene when someone stepped a a bit more obviously out of line, like Zoe Berger, and even then they created drama which caught the attention of the whole community and only pushed her counterparts further into the spotlight. However, it wasn't just directly from individuals like Zoe Berger that gained many people's attention. No, over the years, particularly 2016, another genre that came into light also caught people's attentions: compilations. Compilations are when people combine selected clips that might highlight a certain behavior. Now, on the one hand, compilations are very helpful for people. They can be more entertaining than watching the bare-bones content, and people might want to view these for a specific purpose. However, they can also be negative, as they might provide people with the strengthened perception of what might be representative of a creator. In this instance, it gave many people the idea that a lot of these creators were very sexual in their behavior. In these compilations was Alinity, occasionally known for her suggestive actions, finding herself a part of these compilations. Given these compilations were also highlights and therefore easier to watch, all these videos caught on much more quickly and moved these creators not just towards the more critical commentators, but also basic reaction commentators. But the reaction didn't stop there. The thing is, with the growth of this genre, Twitch placed themselves in a predicament. They knew what would happen if they tried to enact rules against these creators who themselves bring a lot of traffic to their site. Although they are definitely the superior streaming site, they don't want to lose the established creators to YouTube who have a framework themselves. Oh, and Mixer, you know, that site that just acquired Ninja. Kind of a big deal. Nonetheless, normal creators and viewers don't have those vested interests, nor do they have to provide the benefit of the doubt to these streamers. This led to the rising criticism that Twitch was not enforcing guidelines fairly. Also, given that these creators were female, many people complained that Twitch was enforcing a gender bias. With the feeling of preferential treatment held by many creators, it began to lead to frustration and even resentment towards the streamers. These people were using their body in a way that many people perceived they could not, because they would simply be banned. Therefore, given their treatment, it likely gave many people the feeling that there was a license to mock these creators without feeling that they were punching down. Numerous videos on these creators popped up. However, this did not lead to many consequences other than the reinforcement of the notion of what many called Twitch thoughts. And then came the PewDiePie video. The PewDiePie video that actually caused this controversy wasn't actually one that was really solely centered around reacting to a single compilation video. No, YouTube's then largest creator released a video in which he tested an eye tracking device for various user-submitted clips. For a part of the video, he was reacting to streamer fail compilations, and then the fateful comments were made.
Oh my god, you see what happens? This is so annoying. Stupid Twitch stuff. I just feel like they win over me, okay? And they're not gonna win over me. Stupid Twitch thoughts. No.
Now, this was not the point that the clips of Alinity was shown. In fact, the clip of Alinity was on briefly earlier in the video. In reacting to his video, Alinity confirms this.
Oh my god, it's everywhere! What is YouTube?
That was me.
Yes, well done, Alinity. It was you. Anyhow, she decided to continue watching, although PewDiePie had not made the thoughts comment in direct reference to her clip. She felt it general enough to apply to her, and thus warranting a response.
Oh my god, you see what happens? This is so annoying. Stupid Twitch thoughts. I just feel like they win over me, okay? And they're not gonna win over me. Stupid Twitch thoughts. No.
Seriously? You said that? I'm gonna copy strike this guy. Just for that word. Gonna copy strike.
Now, the term thought is an abbreviation for that her over there. However, before we have a discourse regarding this, it is important to emphasize that we speak the Queen's English here. We should not be using such petty slang as ho as short for whore, which begins with a W. Therefore, in my opinion, the proper abbreviation would be twat. Now, this is a term that isn't exclusive to Twitch. In fact, it seems to have yielded from hip-hop culture, although its origins aren't completely certain. Either way, it crossed into the Twitch sphere due to this sect of females who became infamous for their appearance and behavior. Is it fair? Well, I mean with mine that this isn't a huge deal. I can understand why some people may be irked by the term. If someone is happy doing that with their body, then who are we to put them down? I guess the distinguishing factor between streamers like Alinity and, Shakira is that it is a more direct interaction between the actual monetary support and what the person does with their body.